point gain. So we're keeping track of that separately. So instead of, so for example, we don't get added to the AQ because we didn't take action. And we don't add these points to gain because, uh, do I have to handle this separately? Actually, no. I think initially I would have had to handle these points separately. No, that's not true. I'm handling these points separately to distinguish between players who. No, I don't think I actually have to handle these points separately. What? Oh, because I was thinking of getting rid of the Q tag. So would I rather have the Q tag or would I rather have these separate tallies? I think I'd rather keep the Q tag. So I probably could just combine these. Yeah, no, you know what? I was thinking of using the separate uh, tag, but I really don't need to. So yeah, no, this will all just be handled together. Um, and then yeah, so the distinguishing factor here is that if they didn't actually participate, then they don't get added to the queue. Yeah, all right, that's fine. So save that. So yeah, I can just get rid of all references to what is it, gain P, for the passive gain. Yeah, all right. So this one can go away. And was that the only reference to it? Yeah, I hadn't even hooked it up yet. All right, cool. So yeah, now we just have to actually do anything with this data because I think we should be getting. I think this data should be fully, nicely set up now. And so what we're going to do is we're going to. Oh, so this is a little confusing because I think we need to give. Yeah, so we need to give adventurers. Oh no, they have position value. We hmm. We can display text on screen for multiple characters at the same time. Because look at how much screen space we have. What we can't do is display it at the same time for two characters who are very close to each other. So, I think what we want to do basically is look at all the players who are on screen who are currently like taking their victory march across the screen. Actually, you know what? We don't even want to go for all the players on screen because we don't want to choose these guys who are so close to the edge of the screen that they're about to walk off screen and won't have the full time to display. So we want to look at most of the adventurers on the screen. Uh, and we want to start showing this information for them in such a way. We want to show it for as many as possible, really, because like we might need to kind of crank this out. Like we might need to like get this data. I don't know. Like in the case that very many people are participating, like we'll want to show as much of this as possible. Yeah. So actually, for another thing, oh, you know what I never changed is I never changed their movement speed because we made them slightly bigger, but they're still. I mean, they're actually relatively slower now because they're still moving at the same pace. So, yeah, one of the first things I'm going to do right now actually is just retool that. So, uh, where do I keep track of that? Yeah, I think I just have it like in numbers here. Right, so they click. Right now they're clicking 8 pixels. I think I actually want them to click more like I don't know, like 12 pixels, I guess. I mean that would be commensurate because we increased their size by 50%, so we'd increase their speed by 50%. I think I might actually want the background to scroll a little faster too. I think I want the actually this doesn't have to go much faster. Right now it's at 3, so I'll try it at like 5 maybe. I don't necessarily want to change how fast the background scrolls. Or do I? Maybe I do. Like yeah, I'll go to like 6 and 2, I guess, just to see how that feels. I can always, I can always scale back afterwards. So 6 and 2. Yeah, so just double the background scrolling speed. Let's see how that feels. Should feel faster. Alright, yeah, and so the reason I wanted to speed them up a little bit is that, like I was saying, when we have a bunch of names that we want to show, we kind of want to, pick up the pace. Huh. Because, yeah, after an event, like, names are going to get added to this queue, and, like, a bunch are going to pop up. A bunch can pop up, like, from the adventurers who are marching across the screen. But actually, now that I think about it, I mean, we don't need such fancy tech to scan for overlaps, because, like, in most of the time, it's just going to be one by one. They'll, like, start showing up as the adventurers march in from this side of the screen. So, yeah, and as I was saying before, like, we don't want to show it. We don't want to show this for players or for avatars who are too close to this edge, too close to the left edge of the screen, and we actually don't want to show it for players who are too close to the right edge of the screen either, because Twitch names can be really long, and so maybe that's actually that might be a good argument to change their direction again, because when they're walking in the other direction, like, the names would fit on screen better, maybe, possibly. Although if I wanted to center the text, then it wouldn't matter, and I kind of do want to center the text. Do I? I don't know. I'm gonna call up the stream on my other computer and see it there, because sometimes, like I don't know, like, looking at it with this big crazy pink background, or looking at it in OBS can show me a bit, but, like, I don't know, for some reason it always just looks like a little more. I don't know. I get better reads on, like, how I actually want it to turn out if I look at it, like, in the realistic context of, like, actually seeing it in the stream myself. Oh, but I got signed out of Twitch for some reason, which is weird. So, hold on, let's punch it in manually. I don't know what that's about. Oh, and of course now I have to watch a commercial because I don't have Twitch Turbo, because I'm signed out. Yay. Oh boy. Anyways, while that's going on, I'll do what? Now that I think about it, like, now that I think about how, like, the display of this information is somewhat locked by, like, how fast the adventurers can get themselves on screen. I'm tempted to just not do, like, much in the way of, like, sophisticated, like, spacing. I'm, like, tempted to just do it based on, like, how they enter the screen. Well, alright, so we're locked on how fast we can show names based on the characters entering the screen, but yeah, no, we're that's, like, the deciding factor is, like, how fast we can display this information. So really, like, this information will be coming primarily out of the edge of the screen where the players enter. So yeah, this is a pretty strong argument for having the dudes march in the other direction. I had them marching in the other direction initially, so I think I might flip them around again. The reason I changed it is because once I added text, it looked more natural for text to scroll from, like, the right side of the screen to the left side of the screen, because we read from left to right, or in my culture we read from left to right. Right, yeah, that's the other thing. Oh yeah, right. So text will actually never go as high as where it says, like, Pyro, for example. They will probably start about as low as where it says, like, JourneyBot or Binry. So instead of just static and, like, fixed, it'll pop out. So yeah, sorry, I think it was right before you got here that I was just saying this. So, like, it'll pop up, like, it'll say Binry, for example, and it'll pop up, like, right above the adventurer's head, like, right above their head, and then so Binry will start to, like, flow upwards, and then when there's room, Binry's score will appear right underneath. And so then, like, together they'll continue to, like, float. They'll continue to, like, float upwards for a few frames, and then I think the name will disappear, and the score will float up a little further, and then the score will disappear as well. So yeah, So yeah, that's one thing that we definitely have to add. I and like that could be a good starting point, but like I'm just trying to like get out of having to do more work. No, the other thing is I was actually a little excited when I realized that this information is going to mostly take place in like a very relatively small space of the screen. Is that like I was worried about like how all this text is going to fit. Oh, Dr. Penguin, Dr. Fire Penguin, welcome. How's it going? Um, yeah. Oh, if you haven't seen it recently, this is that text game that I've been working on for a while. Is like this is what this is actually supposed to be instead of just a text game. Uh, so yeah, the visuals that we're seeing on the screen now. That's what we're working on now, or that's what I'm working on now, and it's what we've all been. It's what this all has been building towards, and more. I mean, it's all still very preliminary. So yeah, I think I'm gonna make some. I think first things first. I'm gonna flip around the. I mean, maybe I'll change my mind again, but first things first. I'm actually before I do too much like craziness in terms of like changing everything around. I'm just gonna make the dude's moonwalk for a little bit, just to see. No, no, whatever. I'm gonna flip him around. Going back to where this started. So less than 0, I guess. This will be plus. Oops. Yeah, plus. Plus equals. Alright. I forget if I have to change more, but we'll get weird art errors if I do have to change more, so I guess we'll find out. Less than 0. Or should be less than or equal to. No, I guess it doesn't matter either way. Less than or equal to. No, it should be less than, I guess. Yeah, no, it doesn't matter either way. Oh yeah, that's a good point. That was actually something that I thought of too. I just hadn't thought of it recently. Yeah, good call. Well, so one thing, there's only 2 frames of animation, so um, I could add more. I'm not going to add more. But yeah, I guess yeah, that's a good point. That was actually one thing that I'd considered, and yeah. So the thing that we just changed is that's actually like what we're working on right now is wow. So we made the dudes a little bit bigger, and we made it so that they walk faster, or like we make it so that they take bigger steps. But yeah, we could also make it so that they right. But first, I'm doing this other thing where like originally I had them walking in the other direction, and I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna and maybe I should add like a toggle so I can like just click one button in order to get them to switch direction. But nah, for now I'm just going through and making it like manually so that they change direction. Whatever. So when they're greater than what 1600, yeah, and then they will minus equals 1600. Wait, what? Oh no. Yeah, no, it does have to be 1632 because of how many there are. They yeah, whatever. So is that all of it? That might be enough to change the direction. Let's see what happens. I think so if I'm correct, they're gonna start moonwalking. Nope. Well, they are moonwalking, but oh, I'm not initializing the position of the backgrounds anymore. Huh. I was not expecting that. Maybe I should have. Yeah, I must just not be initializing those positions correctly. Wait, really? I guess so. I mean, that's like kind of the only explanation. So yeah, BG scroll. Uh, huh. What? BG scroll less than 0. Less than 0. Oh, wait. Plus equals 3200. Less than 0. No? I feel like that should be correct. What did I do wrong? Because one of them starts at 0. Oh. Oh, no, wait. It's not, oh no, it's not 0, it's negative 1600. Right, yes, now I remember. I remember now. Because it has to scroll all the way off screen. Yeah, okay, got it. Alright, so now they should moonwalk, and there should be backgrounds. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so, I don't know, for some reason it seemed weird to me that text would move in that direction, but I think I'm over that. I think I don't care. So now we have our little moonwalkers, and we can make them moonwalk faster, because right now frame time is just set to 1 second, I think. So we can just set frame time to, wait, what? Where's frame time set? Where are we setting frame time? I swear frame time's a real thing. I swear. Or no, it's not frame time, it's, frame... Where are we setting frame time? S7 somewhere. Is it... I would have thought it would be in like the whole Pygame section. Oh, that's so weird. We're not setting it anyway. Weird. Frame time. Seriously? Huh. Oh, wait, no, this isn't frame time. No. Frame time... No, that's a different value. Yeah, no, frame... What am I actually looking for? Anim time. Yeah, no, that's... Alright. Your anim time is arbitrarily set to 1 second. Alright, yeah, so... Oh, no, anim cooldown is arbitrarily set to 1 second. So let's go double speed. Let's see how that looks. Now they should really hustle, right? These are going to be like the fastest moonwalking dudes you ever did see. Alright, so that's cool. Yeah, there we go. And that's good, because now, now we can cover a lot more ground. Alright, cool. And we can make it so that they don't have to moonwalk. Which is just as simple as flipping the image. Flip horizontal. Image, flip horizontal. Alright, cool. Cool. Yeah. Alright, and at this point, I'm kind of okay with only having this text come in from the left, right? I feel like that's so great for so many reasons, because now, we only need to worry about text popping up in that side of the screen for this particular purpose, which means hey, Lord Dominic D, or Ouija, should I say? You're welcome. How's it going? We have little moonwalking dudes. Hold on, I was about to spin them around so that they walk in the correct direction, or they walk correctly. Yeah, there we go. So the other super exciting thing about having them, if we're only using that side of the screen for that, oh my gosh, no, it's just, I'm sorry, I know I'm like at Twitter about this, but it's because seriously, I haven't gotten to it yet, but like the other thing that I want to display on screen is the action text, so that so for example, the way the text, the way JourneyBot currently says it, he says some of the pertinent information in chat. He says, you come to a peaceful meadow, will you pick a flower, frolic with deer, or cower in fear? But I don't want people to have to scan and parse chat just to figure out what the action commands are. So I want to put those on screen for the duration of the event. And I was like, how do I stack this information so that the screen doesn't look cluttersome? And yeah, so now that I'm only really using this side of the screen for that display of information, I can just use the other side of the screen, and this is so exciting. So exciting, you guys. You don't even know. Um, so cool. I guess yeah. Now we can just. So okay. So the difference now is that like let's say JourneyBot participated in an event, and like he's here. He's right in the middle of the screen. Look, we can see him marching across the screen. The difference here is that he'll get queued. Like before, I was just thinking like, oh well, he's in the middle of the screen, so I am not a pixel artist, if that's what you're asking. I'm not a pixel artist. Um, and that's why I'm not doing pixel art. This is not pixel art, Lord Dominic. Like, get a life. um, so the other thing is that this is temp art, and so it's not even final non-pixel art. But it's definitely not pixel art, so like, as I said, get a life. Sorry if that seems a little bit harsh, but um, and then yeah. So what I was actually talking about is what was I actually talking about? Right, okay, so Vordalos participates in an event, and he's right here, he's in the middle of the screen. The way I was picturing it before is that, like, we would just see, like, it pretty much immediately pop out of Vordalos' head as soon as possible. But now I'm thinking we'll wait until his next lap around before we actually see the points. And I think that's fine, because, like, the other thing that happens, like, sorry if talking then I didn't catch your bit about the moonwalking. Yeah. Maybe just for fun sometimes we'll actually like use the reverse animations, and like one dude will just be like he'll just be actually like moonwalking thing. No, yeah, I think that's so I think it's fine to actually wait and only use like exclusively that half of the screen for this information uh because so at the end of the event, you actually hey, how's it going? Oh, because you're still in JourneyBot chat, so your name keeps showing up on screen. So I was just using these names, and yours was one of them. So right, you're still in here, right? Hey, Wordless, how's it going, by the way? What was the line like? My home planet needs me or whatever, and then Pucci just like you're on this list, Borderless. I don't know. Maybe you just left the browser open or something. But you've been in here all day. You've been playing side quest like all day. I think I'm gonna get in the habit of like side quest isn't the final name of the game, but I think I'm gonna get in the habit of calling it side quest because I'm bored of explaining how it's spelled JRNE and I pronounce that journey. So yeah, you've been playing side quest all day. Welcome, by the way. I think I said that, but yeah. Anyways, so yeah. So as the all right. What does IRC bouncer mean? That's cheating. I might have to ban you. Not really. No, that's fine. I added in a feature where you get passive experience just for being there. You get a small amount of experience. So it's technically it would be exploitative, except that this game isn't actually going to run in the JourneyBot channel. It's going to run in this channel. So as long as you're not doing that in this channel. And actually, you know what? I don't think I care. You can do that in this channel. And when I say that, I mean Vordalos. I don't mean anyone. What is this link that you just posted? Dr. Fire Penguin. Oh, what do you think? What do I think of this? Oh, interesting. Wait, what am I looking at? I'm looking at a picture of like a green thing. I'm looking at a picture of a big green thing. um, I know what IRC is to the extent that I'm making a bot that runs in IRC. If that answers your question. um, I don't understand your link, Dr. Fire Penguin. Oh, it's the background. All right, yeah. I was gonna say because it looks like a background. I thought I don't know. It might also have been like a texture for like a canister of like toxic. I don't know what. That's cool. Oh yeah, this is the this is sorry. This is what I'm. Wait. Oh, there were two links. I didn't even notice. Oh, there's a red one too. All right, yeah. These are the links that we were talking about. All right, so that's I mean, now we can actually. I think I'm actually going to start queuing people. Oh no, I should do the animation first. I should do both because like we can't really test whether it's working until both are done. So one thing I'm going to do is change the timing of the events before I forget because otherwise I'm going to get really bored and irked every time I have to go back and test this. So I'm just setting it all to like 15 seconds. Or I'll set this one to 20 seconds because 15 seconds feels really fast for the events. Alright, so cool. And now, yeah, we kind of have to, yeah, okay, so for these two features, we kind of have to implement them both before we can really test if any of this stuff is working, like the queue system. So, yeah, so for one thing, we should just kind of get rid of the adventures. Alright, so, yeah, how are we going to do this exactly? It's like, it's like right, so the queue system is fairly straightforward. The queue just means that like this adventure will march across the screen. The other thing that we have to do though is that we have to be monitoring for. Well, for one thing, before we send the adventure across the screen, we have to check if he's actually walking across the screen already. Because if the adventure is already on screen, it'd be a little weird for like a clone to appear and start walking across as well. So yeah, that's one thing that we'll have to screen for. The other thing, once we do march them across the screen. And I guess actually we don't even really need to wait to queue them because hypothetically if they're in the queue but also they just happen to be like right at the edge of the screen where they're in the perfect position to have the stuff pop out of their head, then in that case we still can do it. So I mean I guess yeah, how do we want to do this? It's like they might be walking too fast now. I might want to slow them down a little bit because, like, at this point, well, how long does it take for each of them to pass? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It takes like a little more than a second for one of them to pass, and I think we want this stuff to pop up on screen for more than like 1 second. So like we might be using like this whole half of the screen in order to display this information. So basically, so I guess we do want to keep a bit of now that we have them walking at like a fast enough clip. I guess we want to use like, we want to use. Sorry, I was distracted. We do want to use a fair amount of the screen real estate to display this information. And like I was describing earlier, we kind of need a system for yeah, that was my question. That was what I asked. It's a server that stays online in any. Oh, that's interesting. Are you you just had to make sure that no one in Journey bot chat was talking smack about you? Is that's what your bouncer was for? Or do you just do like? Are you always in this channel too? I hadn't even checked, but I guess I don't know. um, so all right, yeah. So I was a little excited when like the extreme simplification of this idea might have made it so that I wouldn't have to do as much just to get it all working. But I think I do still need to do a little bit at least. So yeah, this should be fun, and I can always like tweak the timing of it, and I can even slow the dudes down a bit if I want to. Like I can always make it so that it looks like the dudes are walking faster, just by making the background scroll faster, for example, and they they don't have to move across the screen as fast or uh, um, well, I guess it's a good thing that I say all my I, I say all my Vordlo smack talk through the microphone. So, although I guess I do also export all this to the archive, so I can be held accountable for my behavior. So all right, yeah, I've been talking about this for a while. I guess I might as well just go in and start doing it. So yeah, so for now I think I'm gonna like get rid of what we're seeing now in terms of the adventure scroll, because it was cute, but it was all placeholder. So where is that? Where? Oh yeah, no, it's higher up. It's up here. All right, so yeah, so this whole situation is pretty much all made up. AI equals. Oh yeah. Wait, what? Oh. Wait, why do we constantly set this to 0? Oh, yeah. Right. Yeah, whatever. Alright, so let's get rid of all this stuff. Well, I can keep the graphics fill. Excuse me. Hmm. Oh. Yeah. Alright, so yeah, alright, so get rid of this. I'm gonna put it in like a text file in case I need to reference it again at some point. Probably not. Although I might borrow from it. Yeah, I'll probably borrow from it. So actually, I'll leave it here for a second longer and just start writing the real thing above it. Alright, so yeah. Actually, I guess before we render these graphics, we have to do the processing to... Hey, Miniman, how's it going? Yeah, I don't know. I kind of got in the habit, I guess, and I don't know. I, yeah, I guess I don't have a good excuse. I just felt it, and so I went with it. I don't know. That tends to be how I make most of my major life decisions. If I feel it, I'm just like, yeah, whatever. You have to design a skill polygon? Um, what type of thing? Like, so you mean like something to go over the background, like to like fill up the elements of the tree? So I'm gonna pull up a stat calculator online, not because I'm saying like steal this idea, but because I'm just trying to get a grip on what you're saying. So like, or like Wowhead has so like basically you're looking for where is it? Wowhead has talent builder, I thought. No? Could have sworn it did. Maybe they got rid of it. But like Tools, talent calculator. Yeah, so like you so you're talking about like these things, right? Like the little like oh yeah, I forgot the talent tree is way simpler now. But you're talking about like the little like elements that overlay the background, right? Uh, this is a bad example because I forgot. Uh, the WoW doesn't use trees anymore. They just use like this flat list. But um, so I would say go simple, right? Like actually before I even looked up that, I was just thinking I was like picturing something even simpler. Basically just like go activate, go. There we go. So like new, I don't know, like 64 by 64. Like I don't know, just like flat, like whatever, uh, darker than that actually. And then probably with like tapered edges, just ever so slightly, just so that it's not like obnoxious. Wait, what are we doing? Wait, is that? Oh, that is transparent. Oh, but right, I left on the anti-aliasing tool. It's like just like slightly soft corners. I'm working with my mouse, so this is not going to come out very well. And then like, where's the square tool, rectangle? Yeah. Switch back to black. So like, this is like, actually, hold on. I guess, yeah, no, wait, hold on. Let's scale this slightly. So actually, this wouldn't even take up the full thing. This would be like, no, stop. This would be like, whatever, and then, deselect, and then like, and then you'd have like the, oops. You'd have like the, so this is like where the icon would go. So like there would just be like a border around the icon, and then I guess actually, yeah, you'd probably want an inset for the background of the text as well. Something light though, like not even like fully opaque. Just something like gray like that, and then you could have. I think for your backgrounds are really dark, so I would go with actually a white text. So actually, yeah, maybe a lighter background, a lighter border for the icon as well. Just something like it's like name. Oops, smaller font than that. Or like better, like the scale of the font would be different, but like whatever, placeholder, whatever, and then so yeah, then a lighter border I was saying for the thing. So let's switch over to paint tool, dropper, this, and then yeah, bring it back up a little bit. That's probably too far, but hold on, let me see. I guess that's not so bad. Actually, let's desaturate it a bit. Yeah, that's better. So I'd do something like that, I guess. And I probably wouldn't. Like, this would be my first draft, and then I would, like, tweak it from there. But, I don't know. Because, like, basically what we want, if I understand correctly, is, like, you want, like, these individual elements, and then you want, basically, so, like, then, like, on a much bigger scale, like, over the background, for example, you basically want to, like, what? It does. Clipboard contains this image, you jerk. And then you basically want like, like like a bunch of them, right? And then like you want like branching, like whatever's that go from like, so like where's the straight line tool? So then you'd want like deselect. Oops. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm like, from what you said, I was picturing like something like this, right? I don't know. anyways, that's kind of like what I picture. And then like I don't know if this is which warlock and priest. I don't know if it's any indication. I started leveling a priest the other day. Uh, I haven't heard amazing things about warlock, but I heard priests are actually one of the best uh, caster classes. Shadow priests are one of the best arena caster classes. I don't know what that if that means anything, but yeah, I haven't heard much about warlock assuming we're talking about Draenor, and I haven't heard much about warlock in Draenor, but I don't know. So I can attest for priest. I can't attest for warlock, I guess I have to say. Uh, oh. Yeah, sorry, I wasn't really paying attention to what you were talking about, Dr. Fire Penguin, while I was drawing that stuff, but if anything I did was helpful, then there you go. If it wasn't, I'm sorry. Do your own work. um, did you say you're making it for... Oh, yeah, just one other note. Did you say you're making it for PC? Because if so, you should also have, like, tooltips when you mouse over it, so... anyways, I'm also a big proponent of making things myself, so don't do what I did. Do something better than what I did. Oh, cool. This is what Miniman drew, which is a cool idea. I think he was paying more attention to what you were saying than what I was doing. So there you go. Alright, close that stuff. What was I doing? Oh, right. Okay, so yeah, so I was gonna yeah, okay, so I halfway through answering your question, Wordless, one more thing occurred to me is why you were asking the question. So as I mentioned, I started leveling a priest recently, and one thing I have to warn you is that it is excruciating. It is so excruciating. Like I've been like I already have I got my shaman up to level my shaman, I don't know why I pronounced it shaman. My shaman up to level 100, and that went fine. I didn't even wait for rested experience. I just like blitzed up to level 100. And then I got to level 100 and I was like, I don't like this character. And so then I started leveling my Death Knight, and my Death Knight was just like breezing, just like easy sailing, like so nice. And then so I started leveling my priest because I was like, I want to have a caster character. And oh my god, it's so bad. It's so bad. Someone at Blizzard has like I can't even accurately describe how someone at Blizzard feels about caster classes, because I'm not allowed to say inappropriate things. I try not to say inappropriate things on this channel. Someone there has a total like grudge against casters because it's so unfun to level. It's so unfun. If you struggle through it, like then you end up with a powerful character apparently. But it's only sheer force of will that's getting me through that character levels at all. Like I just like this whole weekend I was just like it felt arduous. I was just like, ugh, come on. I want this character to be a higher level. Please. Get to a higher level character. Get to a higher level. Yeah, and so so I can tell you Shaman, Death Knight, probably Warriors. I assume Warriors are fine. Probably Paladins, Hunters, Warlocks. These characters are all going to level. Monks are all going to level like so easy. And then I'm guessing like a lot of the other characters are. I got my Shadow Priest up to level. He was 87 when I picked up the other day. And I've leveled a Shadow Priest before. They got rid of Renew. Shadow Priests used to be able to renew. So all they had to do was they would fight, and then between battle, at the beginning of a battle, they would put up Power Word Shield, and then, it would whittle down, and they'd take a little bit of damage, and then they'd just throw up Renew, and they'd be on to the next fight. They don't have Renew anymore, so now, like, you literally have to stop and take off Shadow Form and heal up, and then put Shadow Form back on, and heaven help you if you get multiple mobs in the same pull. Sorry, I'll go back to what I was doing before, but this has just been on my mind. If you get two ads in the same pull, like, good luck. And the other thing they do in Draenor, like crazy, is like quest mobs all have like 4 times as much health as regular mobs. So now like for melees are completely, they gain so much health during combat that they just can go forever. And so like that, you know, it all changes is the length of the fight. Now that priests like actually like get depleted and like cannot replenish during a fight like as effectively as other classes, it's really painful. Anyways, sorry, I'll get back to what I was doing before. But like, yeah, so priests might be the right path, but they might be the right path, but it's a difficult path. So I'd feel bad if I didn't give you that warning and just sent you in blindly. Like that'd be so cruel. All right, so I do need to change what the graphics are doing, but even before that, I have to change. Actually, you know what? I can do the Q adjustment during the graphics call, because there's not going to be a time when it there's not going to be a time where we care about the Q unless graphics are getting called. So yeah, Dr. Fire Penguin, did I say goodbye to you already? It was nice to see you. Thank you for tuning in. I hope to see you again soon. I probably didn't say all that if I did, but so sometimes I like see things in chat and it registers, and then I don't. I'm in the middle of a sentence and then I forget to. Anyways, yeah. Have a good one. So maybe I should do this during downtime. No, it's not that complex. Whatever. I'll just do it here, and then. I mean, I don't really have to worry about frame rate because the frame rate is literally 2 frames per second. So, yeah, I'll just do this here. Locks are probably fine. They gotta be fine, right? I don't know. I haven't heard anything about them, which is the only. Like, I don't know. Maybe they're the dark horse. Maybe they're gonna. Maybe everyone forgot about locks and they're gonna come back and like blow everyone away. I don't know if you care about Noxic, but Noxic has the new DPS rankings up there. So if you're like if you like following like DPS trees, huh? Yeah, apparently Destruction is like mid tier, and it scales up like as you get better gear. Like Destruction, Warlock Destruction spec apparently scales up faster than a lot of the other specs, so maybe it's a late bloomer. I miss my lock when I'm playing my Shadow Priest and like struggling just to kill 3 things at the same time. I'm like, Voidwalker, where are you? Sorry, now I'm getting distracted looking at Noxic. Alright, I'll stop. Okay. Yeah, I like this kind of. Like, I like charts like this, because it very clearly represents the information, right? Like, it just at a glance, it's very clear, like, what. It's like, oh, look at all this agility, look at all this concentration, but there's not much magic, or whatever. Yeah, I like that. It's very clear and visual. Alright, so yeah, onto this queue. So, alright, I've decided that we're taking from these 2 other queues, and then we're adding into, I don't know, I'll call it like, I'm not going to call it like a cube, I'm going to call it like a, parade, I guess. I don't know, whatever. Parade equals whatever. Alright, save that, and then, so... Yeah, parade is just like the list of dudes walking across the screen. So, oh yeah. All right. So if so how do we want to do this? Yeah. So the last person to get added to the parade is the highest index in the parade. So we can say, oh yeah. All right. So yeah. Right. So if parade index len parade -1, right? Because that's the index of the last item in the parade. Oh yeah, actually no. First we have to check if parade has any length at all, because otherwise we're checking for index -1, and that's not good. Uh, so so if len parade uh, oh oh So actually, sorry. Now that I think about it, we can actually instead, because if the parade's empty, then we can definitely do what we're about to do. So if len parade equals 0, uh, or because like right. So if this evaluates, then we we don't have to worry about this other statement. So in this other statement, we can assume that there's a length of greater than 0. So okay, so if len parade 0 or parade len parade -1. Oh, and it's not even that. It's pdict index parade index len parade -1. Yep. And then it's that, and then position is greater than or equal to add width, the width of the adventure characters. Yeah. Right. So in either of these cases, it means there's enough room for the next adventure to join the queue. And so hey, we got a new follower. CZX, welcome. Thank you for following. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate your viewership and your support. Welcome. Hey, that's cool. Sorry, I just always really like when that happens. Sorry, just 1 second. Yeah. I was just, hold on, sorry. I don't like have allergies or anything, but anyways, right. So this is the case where all right. So there's a few things that we have going on here. Hey, new follower. Huel Doc 66. Sorry for mispronouncing your name, but welcome. Thank you for following. I appreciate your viewership and your support. Sorry for mispronouncing your name. I take mispronunciation requests, so if anyone wants to hear me mispronounce something, feel free to ask in chat. I mispronounce so many names. It's the least I can do. All right, so this is a bit of an interesting situation, because there are a few things that there are like protocols here, yo. Huel Doc. I could try and pronounce that name a few different ways, and I'd get it wrong, like probably all of the times. Okay. I was thinking like the CH was probably like the. No, I don't know anything about German, so yeah, no, I shouldn't even guess. Oh yeah, right. So there are protocols here, and it's kind of an interesting situation, because there are really a few things that could be happening here. The first most important thing is the queue. So the first thing we should check is if AQ, because AQ is the priority queue. If the length of AQ, if len AQ, I guess I'll say for one thing, I'll say add equals nothing, or and add new adventure equals nothing, because we have to go through a few steps, and if we find an adventure at any of these steps, we can stop looking. And then it's also possible at the end that we'll have gone through all of these steps and we won't have found any valid adventures. That could happen in the case that there's literally no one in the channel. No, that's not true, because JourneyBot considers himself an adventurer. So if everyone's already on screen, then we don't need to add a new adventure to the queue, because there's no one new to add. It would be like a clone of a person if we tried to add anyone. And when I say the queue, in this case, I actually mean the parade because, uh, yeah, we're fixing stuff. All right, so what? What then? We can, right, check the length of a queue. So we have to check a few things here. We have to check if the player in the action queue is still supposed to be in the action queue. Because it's possible that they've been in the action queue for a while, and because they had been in the action queue twice at the same time, and the previous instance had already come up. So, yeah. So... Hey Toad, how's it going? Welcome to the channel. I'm doing it too. You just can't really see because it's off screen. All right, so first let's check if there's anything even in this queue. If it's greater than 0, then what do we want to check? Then so while true, I don't like while loops that don't break automatically. Or no, wait, no, we don't have to do that. We can do for oh, and so yeah, we don't actually have to do that either. We can just do for li in AQ. All right. For li in AQ, if so what do we want to check? Li is like the names in the queue. So the first most obvious one is li, or so if p dict li dot queued, is that what it's called? Queued? Or just queue, So if it's supposed to be queued. Hey, yeah. So the stuff that's scrolling across the bottom of the screen is what we're working on now. Right now, it's just like you can kind of it's kind of like just a random group, like just a constant like steady stream of like whatever the same chump just scrolling across the screen constantly, and it doesn't really mean anything. Like some of them have name tags, and the name tags kind of like correspond to like players, but right now like there's no real correlation between what's going on screen and what's happening in the game. So we're actually making it correct now. We're making it so that like so that players march across the screen when they are in the game, and like the name tags like correspond, like they're not just like fixed like boxes that like scroll with them. We're setting it up so that they'll animate a little more sensibly, and they'll also show information like how much experience the player has, how much experience they gained recently, and so on and so forth. Oh, yeah, I might want to add a few characters to our font. I don't know. I might want like parentheses. Or like, what was the other one I was thinking of adding? Oh, dashes or asterisks, like something like that. I meant to add too. So I might want to do that at some point. I don't have to do that now though. Yeah. So right. So yes, technically you can play the game, although, like I said, it's completely disconnected. So like there's the text version, which is taking place in this chat channel. If you're on mobile, then it probably won't work. But if you're on like a computer, you can probably go to this chat channel, like open it in a different window, and you can technically play along there. But yeah, like I said, like it's all disconnected so far, so it's still very early. So like you can play the game technically, kind of, kind of. Anyways, yeah, I'll let you know when it's actually like legitimately playable, because it will be someday. All right, so for li in AQ, if pdict li dot queue, because like if they're not queued, we can just forget about it. Oh, and yeah, so then the alternative to this one is pop. Because if Q isn't true, then in the else case we can no. What are you doing? You're at the right place, and you like. Anyways, all right. So else what li. Oh, oh. Can I? If I pop something out of a list while I'm iterating over that list, is that gonna mess stuff up? No, no. Whoa. Wow. All right, so we found a new bug. Key error. What? All right, so yeah, I changed. Oh, great. Sorry, the bot crashed. So if you're in that other channel, it's not working right now because it crashed. Yeah, I was changing some stuff like this, and apparently I introduced a new bug. So sorry about that. Gooligot, sorry. I can restore your save data in just a second. I just need to figure out what the heck happened. So line 144. Oh, yes. I am a not smart person. Right. Yep, we're supposed to not do this here. Whoops, we're supposed to do this here. Or somewhere else. Yep, yeah, sorry about that. Alright, I'll rerun the script and now it should be, and then it should be working again. Alright, sorry about that, you guys. So now if I run the script, wait, what? What are you talking about? Oh! Oh, I'm in the middle of, like, hacking things apart. Hold on, I'll unhack the things that I'm hacking apart, and then and then, it'll work. Hold on. So, cut this part out. Alright, save this. Undo the cutting of it. Alright. No, what are you talking about? Oh, are you trying to save? Are you trying to... Are you trying to save? Wait, what? No, you go there. Are you trying to save? When I hit the run button? You weirdo. You evil weirdo. Alright. Alright, sorry about that. Sorry, this IDE was being an evil weirdo. Alright, but hopefully that will not crash as much anymore. Although, why isn't it using the, why is it not, yeah, there we go. Alright, there we go. Cool. It was just taking its sweet time. I think. No, I don't know what happened there. No, I guess that's got to be correct, right? Because I didn't participate. Yeah. Alright. I don't know what that's about, but whatever. It's good enough. Good enough for now. I can worry about fixing it again later. Alright, so, thank you, Trent. How's it going? Oh, and Mollybobs, welcome. How's it going? Thanks for tuning in. Oh, no. Toad Narwhal or Narwhal. I'm sorry to hear about your toad, or your Narwhal, Toad and Goats. All right, so yeah, sorry about the downtime for the bot. It's back up now, so it'll hopefully work for a little while longer, at least long enough for me to finish playing this stuff out. Yeah, no, I'm iterating by the names in AQ. So if I pop something while iterating in that manner, I think that should be okay. Like if I was iterating, like I hope it's okay. Because if I was iterating by the index from AQ, then it would make more sense if then I'd be hesitant to pop something out and change the length of the list while iterating over it. But I don't know. I feel like this should be okay. So AQ uh, li dot pop. Or wait, no, is it AQ pop? No, that's probably right. I forget. Pop. Which way is it? Huh. Hopefully that's correct. Oh no, wait, no. That's not the. No, wait, no, that's not how that works at all. Hold on, wait. No, this is a list. I'm trying to pop from it. I don't tend to use lists, so. Uh. Well. No, yeah, no, I could be popping this from anywhere. All right, so let's. So. List pop. No. Just show me lists. No, just list. Lists. Alright, so... What? No. Alright, so I'll ask the internet. Docs. Can't even tell me how to pop out of a list. Alright, so, list pop object equals what? Oh. Yeah, right. So, huh. How do I want to do this? Maybe I should just clean up ahead of time. So that way I don't have to, cuz I don't know, maybe it'll just get muddlesome if I'm trying to do it this way. Um yeah. Can I iterate backwards over a range? Like if I define a range as starting high and ending low, is that legit? I wonder. Because if I'm iterating upwards, I'd be sketchy about popping from a list based on its iterator. But if I'm starting high and going low, that should be legit. I feel like. Again, I could do this a sketchy way if need be, but hmm. Hmm. Maybe I should just approach this in a different manner. Oh. Yeah, right. I'm not familiar with Python, so like I was specifically talking because like I don't know. Like with Python, you don't like declare like the three you don't declare the three statements. Like you don't declare like int I equals 0, I less than, et cetera, I plus plus. So like I don't know, it's weird to me how, how it works. I kind of view Python as like kind of like a toy. So like instead of like a legit tool, it's like rounded on all the edges, and like I always wonder like, am I gonna get to the point where like it's a little too, I don't know. But yeah, now I'm just thinking like if I shouldn't just handle this differently altogether. Um, yeah, yeah, I think I will actually. Uh, and maybe this is silly, but I think I'm gonna. I think. I think I'm gonna say AQ I think I'm gonna punt things to the end of the list if they don't pass these checks. Like if they're not ready to get queued up right now, I think I'm gonna punt them to the end of the list. Um, oh yeah, right. So I don't. I feel like this should work. So like if pdict if we're supposed to be queuing this thing, then we queue it. Otherwise, we just pop it right off. And so the other thing that we have to check is if it's ready to be queued right now, because if pdict li. Oh yeah. Also, Lauren, welcome to the stream. Thanks for tuning in, and thank you for your advice. I don't know. What's a stack in Java? A list is basically like it's pretty listy. It's pretty list like. It's just like a whole bunch of items in a row. Is I don't know. It's hard to describe. In part because I don't know. I've only been working with Java for like the duration of this project, and I basically just go with what works. And like I use lists. I've been using like a lot of lists and a lot of dictionaries. Basically, just if I need to retrieve items by name, and yeah. Anyways, it's pretty listy, right? uh, oh that sounds right. Yeah, right. Yeah, and so that's why I was using a list for queues because like the way I add things to queue, I just like append them right to the end of it, and and then pop them right off the top. So yeah. So we have two cases. So if yeah, so the other case, if pdict oops, if oh no, not pdict, if what if li in wait no li yeah if li, so if this entry is already in parade, uh or actually, so I guess I'll say not in parade, just because we're structuring this like in the positive, and then the else is in the negative. Which, and maybe that's silly. No, yeah, I'll just, I don't know. So if li is already in parade, then we do still want to queue it, but we want to punt it to the end of the line. So this is the part that is probably silly. Aq dot append aq q dot pop. So we're removing it from the top and then tacking it right back on the end. Possibly quite silly, but whatever. But this is the case. So if this adventurer is thank you, Czex. um, uh, hey, SBK Near, welcome. How's it going? We're working on that thing that's happening on the bottom part of the other side of the screen. We're yeah, it's like I've been calling it side quest. It's like a little adventure game that's supposed to run like during the stream. Like it's not going to be like the stream isn't going to be about that game, but like that game will always be running, and so people will always be able to play it. And it's like it's supposed to have like a text adventure, multi-user dungeon, tabletop role playing sort of feel. Those are three different genres, not like one crazy weirdo genre. Hey, SPK Near, welcome. Thank you for thank you for following. I appreciate your viewership and your support. Hey. Yeah, so the side quest isn't super playable yet, but we're getting there. Like technically, it's playable as the text version in another chat channel, but like for uh, for now, it's like it's still in bits and pieces. So we're getting pretty close to the point where, like, we should be able to bring it over to the main channel pretty soon. So if you're on mobile, you won't be able to play it yet. But yeah, once we get it for real, then it will be super playable. Oh, so we're popping this regardless. So okay, yeah, all right. So no, in all scenarios we're popping this. So I can stop. Being coy about this. So yeah, all right. So let's say CDD equals AQ pop. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, in all of the cases we're doing this. That thing is popped. It is popped like what? Uh, sorry. Um, so yeah, and now that I think about it, no. All right, no. I'll stick with this for now. I don't want to iterate it this way anymore. I just want to say like while true, but I kind of, on the other hand, I kind of don't. So yeah, no. Anyways, all right. So CDD equals AQ pop. So then in this case so this else case actually just disappears entirely. In this case we can just say append CDD, and then this is the only case that we have to worry about. And this is the case where instead of appending it to AQ, we append it to parade. Simple. Parade dot append CDD. Oh, the other thing that we need to do though is pdict CDD dot position equals 0, because they always start at 0. They start marching in from the left side of the screen. Hmm. All right, so I'm gonna save this. Do I need to do anything else? I think this is pretty much it. I just have to reset the position, and it's called pause, right? Yeah, pause. I just reset the position, and add it to the parade, and then oh, and then yeah, right. So then the other thing is that in that case, also we can say n adv. Oh yeah, actually, so we don't even have to do this yet. We can just say n adv equals CDD. This is the case where that's legit, and then we can save this stuff for later, because this stuff we're going to do. So if no, not why did it indent like 3 times at once? So at the end of all this, if n adv not equals, oops, mixing syntax there. If nAv not equals 0, that means that we found a suitable candidate, and so that way we can, we only in that case do we have to really do much of anything. Specifically, so in this case it's nAv, it's no longer CDD. But yeah, this is what we do with it once we find it. And so this is only part of the search for it, because if so we first research in oh right, so then the other thing that we do is right, so we right, so once we've queued it, we no longer have to queue it anymore. So pdict nAdv queue equals false, which is a little backwards, I guess. Technically, it should be called queued, not queue, but whatever. Yeah, that SPK near. We're in a similar boat. Like, I've been working on this project in Python, but I had very little Python experience before I started on this project. I kind of like No, I mean I get aggravated when I'm working with something that I don't know very well, but I also I don't know. It's like skill development too. So like I feel like not only am I making something, but I'm also getting smarter. So it has its trade-offs. uh, Haskell. A few people have mentioned Haskell before. Maybe I should look into it. I The last time someone mentioned Haskell, I could have sworn they were just trolling, but I don't know. I know very little about it, so maybe I should give it another look. Um, I have like a running list of like things that I should take a look at next time I get a chance to take a look at things, which I should have done yesterday because it was my day off, but whatever. Someday. All right, so ooh, excuse me. Just choking on my soda, don't mind me. Um, that sounds like fun. Oh, yikes. um, my my programming style is a little avant-garde SPK near, so that might be part of why you don't understand much. Like for example, my naming conventions are awful, so it's because I'm working independently, and I understand what I mean when I name things weird things, and so I don't tend to worry as much about whether other people understand them. But I do try and talk through what I'm working on as I work on it. So hopefully, as I go, it'll make more and more sense. Maybe I could, hypothetically. All right, so right, okay. So we finished looking through AQ. So now the next thing we do basically the same thing for JQ, right? I think. Uh, yeah. All right. So for li in yeah, we do pretty much exactly the same thing. It's really just like a second priority list. So if for, oh yeah yeah no, this is sufficient. This is entirely this is entirely sufficient. All right. So uh, if you watch the stream long enough, who knows? Maybe my naming conventions will start making sense to you soon. It could happen. um, Blitting is like when you take an image and you put it on screen. So like for example, we're blitting tons of this stuff. So like for each of these little icons we want on screen, we're like blitting. So like we have this image, and it's just like this little it's just this little duder, and whenever we want him to appear on screen, we just blit him there. So yeah, the reason we have all these blit calls is like we're blitting in all the backgrounds, we're blitting in all these little dudes, we're blitting all this text onto the screen. So it basically just means like draw it onto the screen for the images that we have in our title, if that makes sense. Tristan, hey, how's it going? Welcome. Thanks for tuning in. All right, yeah. So I was just in the process of converting this same block from AQ to JQ. Are there any exceptions here? No, I think it should be pretty much all the same. Oh, although, yeah, no, pretty much all the same. It's a lot less likely that we actually hit this case in JQ. No, actually, it's impossible that we hit this case in JQ. Because if they're no, yeah, no, if they're already in the parade, we can just no, yeah, we don't have to. We don't have to care about that. We can just skip right to the not in parade. Because if they're in, because this is the A queue. This is the arrival queue, or no, excuse me, no. The A queue is the action queue. The J queue is the join queue, and the join queue, we only keep this queue so that when people join the game, they get to, show up on screen at least once. it's like the acknowledgement that they have in fact joined the game. But if they're already on screen, then clearly we've already acknowledged them, and so we don't have to worry about that anymore. So yeah, we can skip over that step. So yeah, this. Oh right, and so now we can actually just condense these conditionals because it's the same case. Uh, and yeah. All right, so that's simpler. All right, I guess like it was good that I talked this stuff out because like I would have done it wrong if not for having covered it uh, in advance. Hey, Defense welcome. How's it going? Welcome to the channel. Yeah, this actually turned out a lot simpler than I guess I thought it could have. It could have gotten more complex. Oh, and I guess it actually will get a little more complex because oh, how do we want to do this? Yeah, all right. So all right, so this part's the slightly funny part. Uh excuse me. So while true, I don't like these loops, but whatever. While true, if or no, okay, so wait, actually before we go into this loop, let's say pi equals random. Wait, how do you do random in Python? I want a random int. Python random int. Random range, random int. All right. Yes. Good. Good then. So, pi equals rand. What was it called? Rand int. Rand int between 0 and the length of pdict minus 1. And then while true, what do? We check, we basically check these same things. No, we just check if it's not in parade. So if p, wait, what? Oh. Oh. Oh, wait, no, we can't do it that way. No, right, so... Oof, yeah, no, hold on. We have to do this differently. Oh, man, so wait, hold on. How do we do this? Because if I just iterate over the player dictionary, then, if I just iterate over the player dictionary, then it'll always go in, like, what, like, alphabetical order or something? Like, we'll never get to the end of the list, so... Huh. Basically, so what I'm trying to accomplish here now is just to pick a random other player. Like, because this is the case where, oh, actually, yeah. So now that I think about it, I can put in a conditional here. Because if n adv at this point doesn't equal, like if we've already found n adv, like we don't have to do any of this stuff. And again here, so we only have to do this if we get this far and n adv still doesn't equal anything. So basically, if we've gotten this far and we still haven't found a suitable candidate, then like this is our last stab at finding a suitable candidate, and basically we just look. If you say while if y not put the conditional in the while brace, am I doing that? I don't know. I don't understand the question. So, is that something I'm doing? Oh, oops, I forgot. If you say while if y not put the conditional in the while brace, I'll I know what you're asking. Right. So yeah. So one thing that I tend to do is so right. So like while so okay. So let's say I was going to go forward with this because let's say I was doing something that was indexed with wait, why are you annoyed? Rand int. What are you talking about? It's super defined, you weirdo. Well, I'm probably not going to stick with it anyways, but let's pretend I was going to. Yeah, right, okay, yeah, no, yeah, okay, so, Molly, to answer your question, let's say I was going to do this. Alright, so, if I did while, like, so let's say pdict actually was indexed by integers. If I did while pdict pi not equal, or pdict pi dot, I don't know, pause not equal 7, and then if I did like then so while pdict pi pause not equal 7, then I just did like something simple like pi plus equals 1. In my experience, this is an infinite loop unless it evaluates true the first time. Then it never uses the new PI to recheck this case. So this isn't exactly what I was going to set up, but Linus Corn, hey, how's it going? We're working on that thing in the bottom of the screen. Yeah, I'm in the middle of explaining something, but I'll give a better answer in a second. So in my experience, like, cause I do this often. Like I set stuff up like this, because basically I just want to like, I mean, I don't do exactly like this. I do it like I make it smarter, but what I realized when I started working in Python is that when I set up routines similar to this, they keep evaluating with the original version of PI. They never actually use the iterated version. And so in order to keep checking the like new values of PI, I need to do this conditional check inside the thing and then break or not break accordingly. It's if you're thinking to yourself, well, that's dumb, then I agree. I don't know why that's the case, but that has been my experience with it. But I'm actually not using that approach either. So line scoring, yeah. The game that I'm working on is I've been calling it Side Quest because it's basically just supposed to be like a little like text adventure multiplayer narrative driven, I don't know what, that just like kind of runs during the chat or during the stream, just as like kind of like, I don't know, a fun thing to do, I guess, while we're all here. Why not? And yeah, so I'm working on the graphics now. I have like the core of the game running, but I'm making it visually represented so that we can actually see what's happening, and so it seems a little more like a game. I mean, I don't need this feature, so like, if I can't come up with something creative and satisfactory soon, I could always just skip it. What? Oh. Huh. Actually, something else just occurred to me. I don't necessarily want to set Q to false yet. Because if I do get this thing working, then, yeah, no, I don't want to set Q to false yet. I'll set Q to false at the end of their journey. Yeah. Oh. Is that a bug? I just assumed it was Python being dumb. Yeah, I don't know. Python does a lot of weird things that, like, I wouldn't have done it that way. And so I just assumed that was another weird thing that I wouldn't have done it that way. Because it makes kind of sense. Kind of. No, it doesn't. It does it. It's just straight up dumb, right? I don't know. I encountered that, and like I'd hit my head against so many things that I consider like bleh in Python that like at that point I was just ready to like just like whatever, I'm moving on. And like, because you can do it, you can just do while true and then you can break when you want to break, because at least that works. But yeah, I just didn't trust Python to evaluate correctly. So I didn't trust Python at that point to do the bookkeeping for me, so I just did it myself. Um, how That's an interesting question, Linus Corn, because if you asked me, like, do I know Python? I'd say like, uh, yes. Like, I don't know. Like if I was on a job interview, I'd be like, yes. But if you asked me like in any other context, I'd be like, like I just started working with it a little bit. I mean, I did have some foundation in Python going in. Like I wasn't going in completely blind, but I'd never done anything on this scale with it before. So I just kind of like I've been learning a lot of it as I go. So I'd say before starting on it, I probably had like hours of experience with Python, and then I've just kind of been like, you know, just working my way through it. It's been a little slower going just because of how much I have to learn, but uh, I swear there was like some other weird thing that I experienced once that like because now that we're talking about it, like that seems crazy, right? It seems like ridiculous that it would have worked that way. But at the time, there was like, I don't know, there was something that I recalled that like worked in a similar way that made me just think, oh, maybe what was it? It was I don't know. Oh, oh, well, I don't know. Like Python just does weird things sometimes. Like, I mean, no, I won't get distracted. But like, if I think of it, I'll mention it again, I guess. All right. So yeah, what do I want to do? So like, okay. So the way I keep players in a dictionary, and the I could just go really deluxe here. Like I could just really like, instead of just having this as like a by the way sort of thing, I could get very deliberate about this. Like I could keep track of who has marched across the screen and how many times and how frequently and how often and whatnot, and then I could always just fall back to that data. Um, yeah, I don't know why I don't know. Like I think in my head, when I did that, I was like, oh, maybe it doesn't reevaluate iterators or something. Like, or maybe it doesn't reevaluate indexes or something, right? But like, yeah, no, it certainly should reevaluate because like that's the whole point. Anyways, I don't know. I know for sure it does work if you do while true though, and then break when you want to break. um, yeah, no, I could get deluxe to this because if I just iterate over pdict using its keys, then oh sorry, if I just iterate over pdict using its keys, then it'll always I think it goes like alphabetically or something like that. So I'd always start alphabetically. So then, like, if I wanted to do the opposite, like, if that's the problem, if the problem is that I'd always be ending up with the same names, I could do literally the opposite. I can make sure that, like, the least common, like, I could literally, like, keep track of who has been called least frequently, and then just use that instead. That might be overkill, though. How much would, how much would be involved in that? Or like, is there something in between? Like, is there like something that like is maybe not so deluxe, but something before that was like sufficient. Uh, I'm not gonna answer that, Molly Bobs, because you're asking me if I'm an idiot, and like, are you an idiot? I don't care. Don't answer questions like that. When people ask you trollish questions like that, just don't answer them. That's some life advice. um, all right, so uh, yeah, what do we? How deluxe, I guess, do we want to get on this feature? I'm gonna crack open another soda while I think on that one. Sorry, don't mind me. Hopefully, this one will not spill everywhere when I open it, if we're lucky. Uh, Sorry. Last time I cracked one of these, it just like, and now I'm like, all right, it worked out. We're safe. Everyone's safe. All right, so all right. Sometimes when I type something out, I read it out loud. Like I literally say it out loud. Like when I'm writing an email, I'll type it out and then I'll proofread it, of course. But then the final proofread, I'll literally say it out loud. Because the funny thing about that is there are like intonational things that you don't actually get about your own speech patterns until you say them out loud. And even that isn't 100% sufficient, but like you can write statements and like they'll seem perfectly fine to you, but then when you literally say them out loud, you'll be like, "Oh, I sound like a dick." And it's like, well, sorry, that language is slightly more crude than I tend to use, but like it's funny. Like just as an example of that, I was writing an email, and I was trying to say that like if this happens, don't worry because I will do this thing. But the way I wrote it was, if this happens, I would do such and such to say like this is what I would do in that case. However, when I read it out loud, what I realized is like it sounded like I was saying, "Oh, in that case, you know what I would do is," and it sounded like I was telling them to do it. Like I was saying like, if this happens, you really should. And I was like, "No." It's just funny how like what language literally means when written and how it's interpreted. So, that's kind of a tangent, but it was related because of anyways. Um, uh, so, yeah, I'm procrastinating. I'm just like wasting time because I don't know. Because like the last two were really easy, and this one's like slightly less easy. But uh, huh. Hmm. So, okay, so one thing we could do is ugh. All right. So, my next best idea is basically like we take a complete dictionary of all current players. Basically, we take like a copy of PDict, except all we do with it is basically we dumped PDict. Like basically we take the entire we basically take a list of every player, right? We just like flat player list, right? Like, and we keep that. We keep that because at the end of each round, we assign points based on who's playing the game. So we take this flat player list, right? And then we just work from that, and we just like knock players off that list. And so that might be alphabetical. It might turn out that that comes out alphabetical because if we just take it right from the player dictionary, then it will probably be alphabetical, right? Um, and then what we do is we just work off of that, and then when it empties out, we take another new list. It's alphabetical, but it doesn't. So it's a little weird that's alphabetical, but it doesn't exclude, like it doesn't hurt players who are alphabetically later in the list. Like it does if someone has a Z in their name at the start of their name. If someone's name like Zenny, is Zenny still here? I mean Zenny starts with an X, but like Zenny will still show up, uh, like not first, but eventually. So I don't know. I think I might just do that. I guess because whatever. All right, so I'm gonna because I'm not because I'm not 100% fond of this. I'm gonna call it the QQ. Uh, maybe I should call it the PQ. Maybe that would make more sense. Yeah, I'll just call it the PQ. I won't be that cute. Cute. Sorry. All right. All right. So for oh You like that one? Thank you. I can change it back. All right. So the first thing that we have to check here is if there are any the QQ. If there's any if the so if the QQ is I think I'm gonna leave it PQ so that I remember what it means down the line, but I'm probably gonna continue calling it the QQ for now. If the QQ is empty, so if len QQ equals 0, that means we have to restock. Else we can just shave one off the top. Yeah, we can literally just, well, okay, so no, we do still have to do the same. We do still have to do the same checking, whereby we say, like, for example, CDD. Yeah, so CDD equals pop from the QQ, and then we just have to do the same checking. I think we just have to do this checking, right? Oh no, well, actually no, we don't even have to do that. All we have to check is that CDD not. Oh wait, hold on. LI. I should probably use CDD. Oh wait, hold on. Yeah, no, I should probably use CDD at this point just to be safe. It shouldn't matter either way. I just feel more comfortable if I use CDD for this. Yeah, and I'm going to use that both places. I mean, I shouldn't feel weird about that. But I'm gonna. For no particular reason. Actually, I feel like there are some errors that could occur. I still don't know exactly how this will work. It feels weird to, like, pop things off as I'm iterating. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I mean, I really need to test this soon because who knows if it's going to be working. I mean, I guess I could be testing it now, but whatever. I'm gonna go one step deeper, and then yeah. Actually, I mean, it won't do anything noticeable, but we can at least find out if there are any errors occurring. So, okay. Like if it crashes, for example, that would be noteworthy. All right, so. Yeah, so we're still going to check if CDD is not in parade, and that's all we have to check for, because this is when we had no other, like the rest of the queues were empty, and so at this point we're just like grabbing random dudes and like saying you go out there, you go stand on stage, and so in that case we just so if we found one that's not in the parade, then an adv equals CDD, and we're good to go. Wait, what is this PQ pop? Yeah, right now that's legit. Oh no, wait, no. No, wait, no. Not else. Wait, what? Sorry, am I probably. Oh no! I just put this in the wrong place. Right? Okay, no. All right. I was like really confused for a second there. I was like, what? All right. No. So okay. So there we go. That's how that's supposed to go. Although fun fact, if I had left this here, even though I'm not. Well, no. I guess no. That's a bad example. Anyways. Oh well. Yikes. Welcome back. Yeah, internet's right. I like it. I like internet's enough to spend copious time on it every day. But yeah, no, sometimes it's just not our friend. Sometimes it just can't do it. Alright, so no, wait, what's the one that... this? Okay, so right, so this is the case where we restock. Yeah, that was confusing for a moment, but... oh, wait. No, this isn't an else case, because we restock, and then we start, and then we go, right, okay, so then, yeah, we would do this either way. So we can unindent this. Alright, so, yeah, so, right, so if it's empty, then we restock, but then we keep going, we don't skip a beat. Alright, so... yeah, what, Right, so the restocking part. That should be simple enough. Dict keys. Dict keys. Let's look this up. Because with dict you can just say like keys. Wait, what? Oh, are you not? Oh yeah, here we go. Alright, so dict keys. Keys. Has key. Hey, CHJ768. Welcome to the party. Thank you for following. I appreciate your viewership and your support. Hey. I should probably be using has key. Oh no, it's deprecated. Oh, okay, good. Oh, good. It's deprecated for exactly the way that I have been doing it. All right, that's good. Alright, so yeah, keys. Returns a copy of the dictionary list and keys. As a tuple? Whoa, wait, what? Oh, interesting. Oh, interesting. Oh. So I could have used that other approach, but actually at this point, I think I prefer this approach. Yeah, because if, I could have used items, yeah, and I could have used that random. Alright, so that's good to know, because that could become relevant at some point. But, no, I guess for now I'll just, keys. Keys. It has to be just like a tuple of whatever. I feel like, whatever. I'm gonna do it anyways. Alright, so, QQ equals, pdict pdict dot keys. Yeah. So yeah. All right. So we just go down the list. Huh. Yeah, and this only happens, if these queues are empty. So, like, if they're, we don't really have to, it was just occurring to myself, like, can we accidentally pull from this list before we pull from these other lists? But no. Wait, what are you complaining about? Invalid code syntax. On this line? How's this line invalid? 320, you're telling me 325 is invalid. How? How? I'm just setting an I'm doing the exact same thing here, and it's fine over here. You're trolling. This line is fine. Somehow it only became unfine once I finished this line? Or had it always been not fine? You're lying. This line is totally fine. Oh, see, look, I commented out. And now it says this one's not fine. You're trolling. What is your problem? What is the actual problem here? Oh. Am I not supposed to? Oh, alright, I see what you're saying. Oh, that's funny. It must have been like that for a while. Good eyes. Good eyes. Yeah, that's funny. It's always slightly awkward when the compiler can't tell you how it actually feels. It's like, there's something wrong! And I'm like, you're not telling me what's actually wrong. Alright. Yeah, I wrote that a while ago. I guess I just kind of left it janky for a while because I was... Is that actually what I'm supposed to be saying there? pdict cdd.q. Wait, cdd.q? No. This is where the brace is supposed to go. Yeah. Alright. Oh. Oh. So I do want to use something other than Q, because I do want to set Q to be false here. the distinction I want to make is that when a player is marching across the screen. Yeah, no, maybe that's fine. I was gonna make it so that when a player's marching across the screen because they're new and they just joined and this is their first march across the screen, I wanted it so that their name would show up. They didn't earn any points, so it wouldn't show the points total or anything, but it would show their name. Like their name would pop up. And I was thinking, in the case that in this other case, in the very last fallback case where the queues were empty, and so we just throw like a random dude out there. Like I was thinking, in that case, we don't need to show their name. So I was going to use Q as the distinguishing factor as to whether to do that or not. But at this point, I just remembered like we're using Q. We're looking to Q as a conditional to mean something slightly different. So if I could either just not draw that distinction, I could just like have it so that names are just constantly popping up like all the time, which could be fine. Yeah, I'll just assume that's fine for now, and then if I realize later that it's less fine, then I can change it to be something else. Alright, so dot q equals false. Alright, yeah. It just seems like it'll get really busy. Like not even that it would be so bad if like names were popping up constantly, but like if names are constantly popping up, then it's going to be like less obvious when names like actually mean something and pop up. Like if like names are constantly popping up, it'll be, I don't know. I'll probably want to revisit that, but for now it's fine. So I'm going to rerun the script, not because it should do anything. In fact, it shouldn't do anything different, but I just want to see if, yeah, it should do nothing different. Like for example, it shouldn't crash. So for example, say counts? Wait, what's say? Hey, we got a new follower. Somewhat disoriented. Welcome. Thank you. thank you for following. I appreciate your leadership and your support. Welcome. And thank you for noticing the bracket is missing. I don't know. My eyes like gloss over those things. It happens from time to time. Wait, say count is used prior to global declaration. No, you're lying. 329. No. Say count isn't getting used here. How can you say What? You crazy. What do you actually mean? What are you actually trying to say? Oh, pop from empty list. Oh, right. This is this. Oh, sorry. I keep getting distracted by this because this is this warning that like always shows up, and it's like a lie. It's all right. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I would have gotten there eventually, as you noticed. But how do that implies that? Oh, just for starters, yeah. So I guess I should check twice. Fine. So this is gonna seem funny, and like people are gonna be like, no, use an else case, but it's actually not an else case, because I want them both to evaluate. And I guess that, yeah, right, because this is technically a lie. Like there will always be players. It just evaluates before it retrieves the players. I mean, like during the game, it's a lie because there will always at least be one player, but